Hello everyone, and we are continuing in the discussion of uh, the identification of the business opportunities, and we reach to part 5. And in part 5, it looks like a conclusion of what we have done based on this, based on this, based on this, and this, on this remark, which means we need to read to the following what we call the business proposition before we go to the framework, which is the canvas. Now, we have done all of those. So what? Now, if we go now and try to get the map again, let me go just to part 5. And in part 5, we want to identify actually what we call the identifying the gap and the problem in the fintech market. We have to do a market analysis, and we have done it according to at least we did part of it, but we now are to do the process, the primary research, the secondary research, the SWOT analysis, the industry trends, and all of the customer feedback online. So we assuming we have done that, so we have to complete this, and please come back to what we have discussed earlier in this issue. So we need to examine the existing product, services, and market dynamics based on all of those trends, SWOT, customer feedback. Now, we want also to get the specifically the customer feedback. And please refer to the primary research and the primary research with the surveys and the interviews, and also with the customer feedback through online. Then we have to talk about the competitors, and we actually address this through the competitive analysis. The thing that we have didn't talk about, which is the regulatory environment. Now, fortunately, in Malaysia, as I told you, the regulations is very straightforward. You have to provide, of course, a very concrete value proposition and provide it to Bank Negara, and then you can get the licensing. So if you look, they have 5 stages. This is the current work in 2024-25. You have to get the eligibility assessment. You have to be eligible. Then you have to what you call preparation for go live. You have to show that, and then they have 2 for the green lane and also for the enhanced standard sandbox. So if you are just going for business, or you will be under the what we call the enhanced standard sandbox, and it's only 2. So you have to pass the eligibility, and the eligibility is actually based on your value proposition. We will talk about all those details and forms. They have forms and details. We will talk about it in week 11 practically. Now, if you are Indonesian or from Sri Lanka or from India, from other countries, you will have similar process. So that is actually the completion of all those identification of the gap. But now, after that, we also have to leverage in those gaps. Where is the problem? Is it in the product, which is the shortcomings in the product? And then in this case, if we are going to start our propose our startup, there must be a product innovation, which means you have to develop a new product, new apps that identify gaps in the market based on the reviews. You have to utilize technology and design thinking to create innovative solutions for the problem. Like what I have seen you in the Indonesia case, If you take that into in case you already see the picture, now you want to improve and invest the management, in the savings, and the borrowing needs of all those customers. You have also to improve the service enhancement. Maybe the product is no problem, or maybe both of them. The product has a problem in itself, and the service is bad, so you want to improve it, which means the speed and customer support, maintenance, and all these things. You have to improve existing services based on the identified customer needs. Like implementing new features that address the pain points. You have also to, maybe you want to look at the prices, the fees, the subscription, which means you have now to discuss the business model. So this is about the fees, this is about the support, and this is about the design of the app itself. So if it is about the business model, then in this case, you have to follow and test models actually, such as subscription-based services or pay as you go. There we have so many business models. It depends on how do you want it. Maybe the fees, you want to look at it again. Also the prices and the fees is not a big start to go just cheaper than others. People are not really attracted because the fees itself is not much, and how much you can decrease. Maybe, as I told you, maybe you want to change the fees to a subscription services, and instead of paying fees. So in this case, heavy users will be very attracted to your app. Now, also you have to look at the technology. Are you going to use the old technology? If you are going to go, for example, cross-country, or going to increase and enhance security, if the concern is security and transparency, then blockchain is the solution. So you want to increase the transparency and security, maybe provide this decentralized ledger where customers and everybody can see what they have and where their money is and how the payment is moving. If it is a contract, like Ethereum blockchains, then the contracts will be very transparent, cannot be changed. If you are going to do cross-border payments, the best is actually the blockchain. Some of them are very speed, like Ripple blockchains is very fast. If you are working in Bitcoin, then it's another issue. You want to see whether artificial intelligence can help for fraud detection, personalized financial advices. This is, we are working especially in RegTech, or we are working and repo advisors for investments. And maybe you should have some chatbots. This is AI, who can talk to the customer and answer questions. The machine will keep talking to and address the problems. They can be available anytime for help, which is AIs. You can do cloud computing, think about it. If you want to actually to increase your servers, and it's cheaper to have the, this, what we call WAS services is very efficient and very cheap, which is Amazon Web Services. AWS, Amazon Web Services, they offer all of them over clouds. Maybe for that, you want to increase accessibility, cost efficiency, and offer, scalability. If you are increasing and transactions so huge that servers cannot take them, normal servers. Just an example for blockchain, cross-border payments, Ripple blockchain, as I told you, technology enables real-time cross-border payments with lower fees and higher transparency. This is real-time. Banks take 3 days, takes 3 days. So blockchain will be for cross payments. It's a very nice thing to do. Now, after all of this, you are in a position after all this market research, leveraging the gap of the customer, leveraging on the business model, gaps in the business models and the services and the product itself. After all this feedback from customer, identifying their needs and pains, analyzing the SWOT, the SWOT analysis for your competitors, SWOT analysis for the industry, identifying all those trends, industry trends, analyzing all these things. Now you are in a position to say, I have something to give. I have something to offer on the table. This is what we call a unique value proposition. And actually, when you go for licensing, Bank Niagara or any licensing authority supervisor will look at this. So now we are in a position to do that, especially if you have innovative ideas and you did proper market research and based your unit value proposition based on research, which is actually a scientific endeavor to do that. So after you identify target audience, so understand who is the product and service intended for. As I told you, you can talk about segments, you can talk about segment of population that you're working with and or the segment of the fintech that you want to work with. You have to define the key benefits, which is clearly articulate the advantages provided by the offerings. And you have to highlight the features and benefits that address customer needs and pain points. Conclusion, if you look at this journey, as I explained it in class, explained it in the almost the assignment was structured in this way to take you through this journey from the market research to the value proposition statement to the business model, which means this is like visibility study, whether it's profitable now. Later on, we will go to this one. When we are happy, then we will design and bring the followers and establish what we call like a prototype, which is, and I have talked about it in class, and test it and then improve it. That's the journey before we go to the deployment of our app and started to grow, hopefully. Thank you very much. And I will leave you here. This is some references. Look at them. I have also added so many references in my shared documents. Thank you, and I will see you in class. Bye-bye for now. This is the end for video.